Over the spring break, I visited the city of San Francisco in California, and my friends and I saw more homeless people on the street than we had ever seen prior to the trip. Most of the people we saw sleeping in tents happened to be Black or non-white. To offer some background, this is a direct result of housing discrimination that has been taking place in San Francisco for many decades, even though the Fair Housing Act of 1968 had been passed. First, one way to at least reach out to the homeless of San Francisco would be to have direct contact with them. By making sure they know that they aren't feared or found to be disgusting, as well as being talked to with respect and the intent to understand their situation, talking about the situation can enact the proper channels needed to make progress. In fact, finding respected community leaders which everyone would listen to and would speak to the people in a way that they would understand would make everyone move more efficiently and allow the homeless to be more calm about potential change instead of causing outrage or alarm. As a result, communicating with the homeless at all would help us understand what they may need specifically, rather than simply establishing a program that ends up not making any real changes or progress. Second, the input from the homeless could help San Francisco start a program based on who might have lost their job or whose conditions got even worse as a result of the pandemic on the economy. Since Black homeless people have had less generational wealth throughout the decades, it is more difficult for them to build wealth onto non existent wealth. In order to combat this, Black workers would need programs that allow them to gain more skills in order to work more than just frontline jobs, which put them further at the risk of COVID-19 in the first place. Whether they have a job or not, it may be best for them to learn basic skills like money management and financial literacy to make sure they can have some sort of independence and knowledge about the current economy, no matter what they do going forward. Third, considering the vast majority of the homeless in San Francisco are treated inhumanely by the police and have been forced to clear out many times, as well as having their few belongings ruined, I would vouch for an educational program in the San Francisco Police Department. Odds are they may not know that kicking the homeless out of one place simply forces them to still be homeless somewhere else and doesn't actually solve the problem. Not to mention how often police react irrationally when faced with Black individuals, even in general. So there would also be a racial component in this education so they could understand how Black homelessness has come to be through institutional racism. This way, there is a higher chance more respect will be formed for the homeless rather than hatred. Third, the addition of a proper resilience hub could help the homeless as well. The police could be involved with this as a way to combat homelessness instead of using violence and brute force. For example, if the police encounters a homeless individual having a hard time, they could encourage them to go to the resilience hub or even drive them there themselves. Like the hub in Northampton, this hub could be a center for anticipated troubles and sicknesses, as well as many other reasons. This space could also help those struggling with drug addiction issues and other illnesses. This multi-use space would be built on safety and respect. Finally, the addition of a makerspace onto the hub or built separately may help the homeless as well. A makerspace could help the homeless build their skill set or even just be a safe space for creativity and learning. In conclusion, to combat black homelessness in San Francisco, there is a great need for collaboration and an actual means to help those affected by homelessness rather than harm them.